East Fife TV is brought to you by the East Fife Supporters Society and Paint Tech Fife.
Thank you very much for your time this evening, Higgy.
No problem.
A tough one to take. It is advantage Edinburgh going into the second leg, but I think it's still all to play for. Can you sum up the contest today?
Yeah, it's obviously the boys are disappointed. The aim was to come here, take the advantage back to our place. But you've got to give Edinburgh credit. They're a good side, passed the ball really well. But we had chances. We had chances ourselves. To get a goal and take something back. But like you say, we're disappointed. Obviously, we're losing the game. But it's still only half time. The boys are full of confidence to go back to our place and get the victory that's needed.
Perfect. So you mentioned chances there. My first question is the ones that we had tonight. How much will we rue them, if at all? And my second question is, how do we create more in a similar vein going into Saturday's game where we now need a goal?
Obviously, we've got the game Saturday, so we can't dwell on the chances missed too much. But as a team, we know ourselves. We've got to create more. I think because it was the first leg, I wouldn't say we come here with a wee bit of I think we give him too much respect. We could have got after him a lot more. I think we did that more in the second half, and that's where the chances we created, pushing them back towards their own goal and nicking the ball. And I thought Adam done well when he come on, getting crosses into the box. So we're confident we'll get him at our place, and we've beaten 3 times, we've beaten twice at home. So the boys are confident. It's only half time in the tie. So well done to Edinburgh tonight, 1-0 victory. But it's still all to play for in the second leg.
Absolutely. And you mentioned we have beaten them 3 times this season, twice at home. How important is it to get another big crowd at home on Saturday to get us over the line one last time?
Definitely. The fans have been amazing. You've seen the numbers tonight. Disappointing that we didn't win the league. It was in our hands. But we need them on Saturday. We need them to pull us over the line. And I'm pretty sure on Saturday, the boys will put in a much better performance. I didn't think we was bad tonight. It was a close game. They had quite a lot of the ball, but I didn't think they created clear-cut chances. It's a great finish from the lad to score the goal. We'll look back and see where we can do better on that. But I'm pretty sure come Saturday, the boys will be fired up and ready to go and take the game to Edinburgh.